cool. All righty, I think we're back.
Well, dude, we were chatting backstage like crazy. I almost forgot it was time to go, man. Shit.
We almost did. So we'll continue that discussion in a minute. Let's kind of get everything started here and see if there's anybody here with us or not today.
Well, you know,
we matter.
I think there's about 4 people on right now. That's enough to say hello and go.
Yeah, what is going on, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm kind of looking over here at my other screen just to make sure that everything is working and going. Yeah, okay. So we got
wait. Pause. There's a guy on here. His name is Knife Watch. Yeah, I like that, man. That's kind of like mine, right? Watch it cut. Knife.
I don't have a watch with me today.
I'm gonna go check out his channel now. I'm curious because knife and watches, like, it's not
they go together.
Do that too. You know? I think they do. You do too.
They do.
You know, they do. At least in my EDC kit, which is something we're gonna talk about in a little bit when everybody gets in. But yeah, you know what I mean. Very cool.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got Knife Life in here, who is the gentleman that loaned me this incredible Rockstead fixed blade, of which I barely even knew they made a fixed blade until he told me he was going to send me one.
That thing's hot, man.
And if you guys haven't watched the video on this, let me rephrase that. If you have watched the video, comment in this video, watched or something. And if you haven't, you need to go check it out. And I'm kind of shamelessly plugging that video because it's doing amazingly well for me. It's been up for 2 days and I have 4,600 views already, which for me is freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Normally in 2 days, I have like 250 views. So I'm really honored. And
well, let's pause here and just say that now you realize there's probably more fixed blade fans than you thought, right?
I guess that's true. What's up, Luck? I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe, but I've done other fixed blade knives before, and they don't.
But that was a while ago, man. That was a long time ago. You done like you barely do them now.
That's true. And I do have a couple of other fixed blades that were just sent in the other day. The unboxing hasn't even gone up yet. So let's see how those do. Now, granted, it's a Rockstead. That name is going to draw a little bit of attention. It's got a crazy mirror polish. Like, there's a lot going for this knife. So much so that I will announce here that I ended up buying it from Knife Life. This is now mine. I don't need a fixed blade. I certainly don't need a fancy, crazy, beautiful fixed blade. But I just couldn't send it back to him. I didn't feel right sending it back. So we worked a deal. He gave me a decent price. And I now own, to me, the most incredible fixed blade I've ever seen. So
it's almost like a samurai like ceremony type knife. You know, it's so pretty with the carved handle and the wood and the bolster and everything. It's a nice, high quality, good looking fixed blade.
Yep. Nick, welcome. So Knife Watch, excuse me, I have mostly sold my knife collections and primarily collected Microtech and IWC watches. I don't have any IWCs. I basically have, we'll run through real quick, some Casio G-Shocks, some other Casio, not even G-Shock, 3 Omegas, 1 Rolex, and a Luminox. That's pretty much the entirety of my collection right now. But IWC, I've looked at a few. I've tried some on. They make some very cool knives.
They're good on the pilot side, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, on the pilot side, like they're pretty well known for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God forbid if you're not a fan of Top Gun,
Right.
It's all about the IWC on Top Gun.
Yeah.
What's up, David? Good to see you, bud. Luck Knives in the house.
Knife
Nick.
Watch's wife has the new Oyster Perpetual pink. I liked that watch actually. In that pink was kind of cool. The green is very cool. I liked the puzzle piece one.
Yeah.
The next Rolex that I want is the two-tone Ever Rose Gold Yachtmaster with the chocolate dial. That's my next Rolex. It's a beautiful watch. I tried one on in 37 millimeter at a dealer a few years ago and fell in love with the color. 37 is way too small for me, but the regular size is perfect. Marsault talks about the mirror polish only worthwhile keeping carbon steel corrosion free, otherwise fingerprint and scratch magnet. It is a fingerprint magnet. And I don't really use a fixed blade often. I just posted a YouTube short, which you got to go check out also because I had fucking a phenomenal editor work on it for me, Alex.
Yeah, right.
So he did an excellent job editing the short. I thought it came out really super cool. So help me out. Go watch that after this live.
Yeah, that one was fun.
But I think I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to try to use this. And if it scratches up, it scratches up. It's only money.
About your short,
made to scratch.
I wanted to show your short to my wife because I've never done that style of video, right? And I'm like, hey, check this out, right? It's like that AS.
Yeah, what did she think?
Right? So she said she was captivated for about 30 seconds, and after that, she's like, it's too long.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. She's probably right.
Maybe I could have cut it more. I don't know. There was just too much, and I didn't want to leave any of it.
I know. It's fine. We probably should have cut it in half.
But, that's a good argument right there. Let's talk about this. Long form versus short form. I want some comments. Who likes long form and who likes short form? Uh-oh.
That's a great comment. And I know you guys came to talk about EDC stuff, but we're going to just kind of shotgun this live, and we will get to that. But that's a great question. Long form. And when we talk about long form, I think for Alex and I, we're talking 5, 7, 10 minutes, not 2-hour videos, things like that. But, that 10-minute-ish video, or are you scrolling YouTube shorts in that 30 to 50-second range? Let us know down below or in the comments, please. We would love some feedback on that. Knife Life's talking about this Rockstead. Let's see this. Remember when I told you that the Rockstead was going to blow your mind? Yeah, you did tell me that. Your reply was, oh, I'm sure, and had a feeling you didn't quite believe me. I'm glad that you understood what I meant by now. Yeah, when I took this thing out of the box, I was pretty speechless unboxing it. And I had to do a YouTube short where I just talked about it, in the backyard for a minute. I was really speechless over it. I still can't fully wrap my head around this fixed blade. And I don't know. It's just crazy. So I had to buy it.
But what's cool is they spent as much effort in the sheath as they did in the blade, the whole package.
Well, yeah, look,
the double locking thing is neat,
it's the sheath is wood.
I know. Look how gorgeous.
It's a really nice wood. It has the, nylon cordura, whatever seatbelt type material crap on the back. And it does have this. So you can do it as a dangler if you were going to carry it, or you can tuck that in and you can just do a normal belt. So it gives you options. I'm going to just leave this tucked in because I'm never going to carry this on a belt. But, you get the point, right? You can almost do a video on only the sheath and spend 5 to 10 minutes talking about that. All right, let's see what some people say about this. Luck Knives. I like short form for basic info, specs, maybe an action video. For long form, I prefer a more entertainment-oriented video. Okay, so you're going to be watching Alex's stuff more than mine. Mine's not super entertaining.
Mine's not entertaining anymore either, man.
My girlfriend tells me I'm boring when I tell her a story. She goes, "Oh my God, you droned on and on and on. You could have told me that story in 30 seconds, not 30 minutes." So, yeah, okay, I get it. Entertainment oriented, such as AKB, Cedric and Ada, DBK. I just started watching a little bit of DBK. I didn't even know who they were. I don't even remember what the acronym stands for now. But they did a Rockstead fixed blade video, and they were batoning bricks with this knife. Like full on red bricks around your fireplace. They were batoning those with that knife.
They are very, very, very well known for torture testing, those guys, for a long time. Yeah, dude, you should go watch the Cold Steel torture videos they do, all the other stuff. I like that channel. That's a good one.
This is a good comment from Knife Watch. All depends on your setting, and he's talking about the listener setting. Long form is amazing when you're doing chores and driving. No replacement. Shorts are perfect for ignoring work. That's a really good point. When you just want to mind numb and you want to take a break from work for 10 minutes, you may want to watch like 20 freaking shorts or TikTok if you're into that stuff, right? But yeah, that's a good point. And a couple of my friends / subscribers, whatnot, do download. They have like YouTube Prime, so you can download the movie, the videos, and then they watch them later. One of them's a cop, so he listens while he's on patrol in the middle of the night between calls and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of different.
You'll have to excuse me moving around because my pup is, looking for trouble once in a while. So
DBK is not as cinematic as they used to be. Like I said, I've only watched that one video where they were torture testing like 2 different Rocksteads. Maybe it was 3, and they were giving one away at the end, but they couldn't give it away because after they shot it with an air gun, they hit the blade twice. It vibrated so much that the handle blew apart. It wasn't a wood handle like this one. It was whatever material it was. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
It is kind of cool that I have one police officer that listens to my content while he's out on patrol. That is kind of fun to me. The HRC on this ZDP 189 is, I think, in that 67 range. But I can't.
I think that's most of their ZDP 189s up there.
I think most are
their particular thing, because I have like the Higo 2, the one he's talking about, and same thing, same heat treat. Man, they make great knives, don't they?
They really do.
Yeah.
Dave Williams talked about
that little signature like snort hole right there.
Yeah.
On the folder. I like that.
Yeah, David says the shorts can be a good heads up content, which could be a teaser for the regular videos. That's great, except that how I usually do it, because I'm not that bright, is I do the long form video and then later I throw a short in about that knife before I ship it back to the person oftentimes. I don't know. I kind of do things backwards, but
I like the way David says it though. It's like when you go to the movie theater and you have a preview.
Yep. Yeah. That's kind of what my unboxing videos are, is it's kind of a quick peek at what I have that is going to be coming later. Okay, so anyway, we've rambled a little bit. Today we wanted to talk a little bit more about your everyday kit. And what we mean by kit is, all right, we all carry a knife, obviously, pretty much, because you're listening to us. A lot of us wear a watch, some don't. But your typical things are like knife, watch, flashlight, and a pen. And you probably have 2 to 4 of those items, right? What else do you have? Obviously, when we're taking our pictures for Instagram and Facebook and whatever, I'm not throwing my wallet in there, my car key in there. Obviously, I'm wearing glasses, so I always have my glasses with me, and I always have, for me, one of the things I always have is like a cloth to clean my glasses.
Yep, me too.
Like, you know, a microfiber thing in my pocket, or there's one in my laptop bag. Sitting here at my desk, I have one of these. It's kind of funny, like one of these little Peeps eyeglass cleaner things.
Oh, those are cool, actually.
That you get, you know, at the end cap of the aisle at Christmas time. My girlfriend got this for me. Dude, this thing works so freaking amazing. Every morning, I clean off my glasses with these, and it's like activated charcoal on the little felt pad things. These are great. And then it also has like a little like brush. I never use that, but I need to get another one of these for my car, even though I have some microfibers in there. So Alice says reading glasses. Yes, I did the reading glasses thing before I broke down and got actual glasses. Luck Knives, I always have the Zeiss, I think is how you say that, lens wipes in my backpack. I haven't tried those yet. I tried a different wipe that actually worked really well too. So that's a great idea.
Yes.
Rambo Adventures, Thailand in the house. Mark, welcome. EDC for fun. What's up? Dave Williams also talks about 2A items. Yes. There are those things. And if you're carrying something like that, chime in 2 or 2A down below, whatever. What else we got? Oh, Pry Bar, Leatherman.
I was just looking at that comment. That's a good one.
Leathermans are good. Before I got into knives, back when I was out in the field installing back like in the 90s, because I'm that old, I carried a Swiss Army knife, a Swiss Champ, one of the big thicker ones, and the original Leatherman. There wasn't no Leatherman Wave, Arc, bullshit. It was just a Leatherman.
Yep.
You could get it in either stainless looking or black coated. That was your option. And then a year or two later, they came out one with a crimp thing, like a military blasting cap crimp hole. Anyway, I carry the hell out of that. I still have it. Dude, it is so loose. Like, it's not loose, like falling apart loose, but it's so worn in. It literally works like a ballet sock now. That's how they just go chink, 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 open, and I use it. I use the Swiss Champ and that Leatherman and my Makita 9.6 volt battery drill driver. With those 3 things, I could install most anything. It was fantastic. So yeah, Leatherman is a great thing. I don't carry one of those at this point, but I think that is a great thing to carry. Luck Knives talking about his blunderbuss that he has under the seat of his ST in the back, ready to go if ever needed. We got some people, kind of talking about exactly which 2A items they're carrying. Very cool.
P320, that's a good one. Scarab.
This is great. Dental floss. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do the flossing thing. I floss like 4 times a year, and it's because the hygienist does it. Because I don't floss, I'm the guy that goes to the dentist every quarter. I go 4 times a year, and that's when I get my teeth floss.
Sorry, guys. Dog's going nuts.
It's all right. Knife Watch. Great topic you bring up. EDC people mostly ignore Olay baton, extra pair of prescription sunglasses, the Yeti water bottle, or a Stanley if you're my girlfriend, microfiber cloths, Leatherman Wave, and G-Shock in my bag. So is the G-Shock in your bag a backup watch because you have your IWC on your wrist? Oh, here you go. Where's the comment? Oh, Dan has the comment. Don't forget the AirPods. Yep.
Actually, that's a good one, man.
I don't use AirPods. I have a friend and his wife works for Bose. So I got the Bose Quiet Comfort 2 ear pod things, whatever they call them. Same thing. It's same but different. I got them cheap, so I got a discount because his wife works there. So, and they don't have like the little thing sticking down like the AirPods do. It looks kind of goofy to me, but but AirPods, that's a great one.
That is a great one. You know how I like to use the ear pods, which I didn't up until recently, is like when I'm at work and like I
Mhm.
want to listen to like a YouTube thing or whatever, like it's perfect for that, for like background noise. I'll put it in on one side, like if
Yep.
there's no customers around, I can type away and do my thing. And I can like almost concentrate better with one ear pod than like having it low in front of my computer where I work. So that's been kind of like one of those things I've been carrying a lot more often lately. And I have the Marshalls, like
Okay.
the guys who make the Marshall half stack amplifiers.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah.
those same people. And don't buy them, they suck. Like they're really not that loud. And I mean,
Oh,
I still use them, they work, but you can get way better ones. Just walk away from those. Everybody who's a guitar player like me might really fall for that kind of
right.
ad. So I'm telling you up front, don't, just move on. Go to Bose if you can get it. Like even I don't know, like some of those like JBL, like might be even better than that. Like
Right.
those sorts of things. So
And I
Sony,
had I have the
so
Bose right now. I had Beats by Dre. They had like the little hooks that go over your ear, and then it had the wire connecting the two. I had
yeah,
those
those are
for
pretty
a
good.
long time. I used those when I was running and doing triathlon stuff. And then they broke, and then I just got a generic Amazon version of those and had those for the longest time. And then I finally stepped up to the Bose. Um, the AirPods, the Apple AirPods might be better because they're more universal with my, but I only have an Apple phone. I use a Windows laptop, so it wouldn't intermix between. I do have a MacBook I use. All right, so luck knives. Yes, dude. What do you carry to work on the flight line? That would be cool. And then my buddy Anthony gifted 10 memberships to my YouTube channel. I don't know how you get them, but 10 people can go get it. I don't know what you got to do to get it, but um, the gifted ones. But yes, I do have a membership. I don't really talk about it much, but it's 99 cents a month if you want to join the membership, and you basically get zero perks. Just to be honest, you get nothing out of it. I talk to every single person. I respond to so many emails, messages, Facebook messages, Instagram messages. Like I am so available to everybody that watches my channel. There was nothing else I could do for you. I just threw that up there as like a joke, maybe 2 years ago, to see if anybody would join. And there's like 10 people that joined. Okay, whatever.
Mhm.
It's kind of a fun little thing, but if you want to help support or something, yeah, you can do that, and it's 99 cents a month. And I appreciate it. Knife Watch says also a great pair of gloves is an absolute must in the car. You
Yeah.
need a thin wallet and key solution. For keys, I use the Sigura Battle Wagon glove holder. You guys have to look that up if you're interested. I got no idea for that. I do have in my car, I have some rubber gloves, like to work on the car, like I wear in the garage when I work on the car, so I don't get my hands all greasy. I have some of those in the car. I don't have a lot in the car though. I need to build like a little kit for the car, and we did a show on that maybe a year ago,
Yeah, we did one before. That
and I
was
never really built that out or did anything with it. Now, in my laptop bag, somebody did mention bandages. I don't remember the comment, but somebody did mention that. In my laptop bag, when I travel or go into the office, I work from home, but when I do go to the office or a job site, or I travel just even for the weekend, I take my laptop for work just in case. In my laptop bag, I have another flashlight that's always there. I have some reading glasses just in case these break. I have a three-way plug because inevitably you're going to get to a hotel and the plug that's near the bed already has like the clock and the lamp plugged into it. I've been in hotels where there is no extra plugs. I always have a three-way thing. There's a first aid kit and a space blanket, because you never know.
Mhm.
And then there's a big, not a bandana, but what do they call it? The schmogs. There's one of those
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
I have that stuff in my laptop. So whenever I'm going anywhere, and I take my laptop, then yes, I do have all that. James Moore, what up, man?
Oh, James is here. That's cool.
CCKS is coming soon. Yes, it is, and I am like 90% going to be at CCKS this year. And
I'll be there.
my plan is to go to Friday Night Blade Affair and go to the show on Saturday, and then probably bust out Sunday morning first thing and drive home. It's kind of my plan. I'm thinking of driving because if I go alone, I'm just going to drive. But if my girlfriend goes, which she might, then I have to fly because she's not going to be in the car for like 6 hours.
Right.
I don't know. iPhone and Lenovo Legion. Mine's a Lenovo ThinkPad that work gave me, and then I have an HP Pavilion touchscreen personal laptop, and then I have a MacBook Air out in the kitchen that I use a little bit of video stuff. Anthony says everybody already got their free membership things. Cool. Let's see what else we got here. Knife Watch says 0 perks. I don't know why, but I'm sold. Perfect. Now I will. Luck Knives mentioned last live that a perk should be early access to things that are for sale. So I need to start doing that. And since we're on that topic, I do have 2 things that are for sale that I can't believe are not sold yet. On top, we have a Frank Fisher Fury. And on the bottom, we have a TJ Fisher, his brother, Lash. Now, this one is super snappy. It's got a great hamon on that 1095 blade, ebony wood scales. Stan Wilson built this with TJ Fisher. So it's got Stan Wilson's rail system hidden hardware. I don't know exactly what that is, but this is a Stan Wilson / TJ collaboration, if you will, even though it's not really advertised like that. This thing is really, this is cheap comparatively. $13.75. It's not mine. I'm selling it for a friend. So if you want to make an offer, I can go back to him with it. But $13.75 for this guy.
That's pretty good.
This one is mine. I am selling this unless Luck Knives makes a killing at Blade West, then he's going to buy it back because I bought it from him. So, but it is available right now if somebody does want it for $3,000, and it is mine. If you want to make an offer, you can. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. Oh, that is true, Mark. You get some special emojis if you're a member of my group. That's the one perk you get. I've got a channel logo emoji. There's some swords. There's some goofy stuff.
I put the dog in the kennel, by the way. And,
you did, or are you going to?
I did, and I thought he was going to wig out, and he's just chilling now. He likes that thing, man.
Yeah, first aid items are good to have in your car. I have a first aid kit in my car also, not just in my laptop.
As do I.
Here's a good one. Now, I don't know if he's kidding or if he's serious. Keep a flare gun in his rig. Can be both emergency and self-defense.
I don't think you're going to do much with a flare gun, but, you know.
That's kind of different.
But it will signal. That's for sure.
I mean, it's good for signaling. Oh, this is a great one. KF Boston must have EDC item. Poop bags for the dogs.
Of course. What's up?
That's something Alex better make sure he has nowadays since he has the new pup. Yeah, that is a great one.
Plenty of those.
That you probably have to have in your car. You probably need in your laptop bag. You probably need attached to the leash. I think a lot of people have them like a leash.
Boston got a puppy too, actually. He just got one. A very nice dog.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
He got a Belgian Malinois.
Oh, boy.
But he got
Aren't those like ginormous when they're done?
No. Actually, he'll probably
I thought those were big.
No. So it's the ones that they use in the military that or the ones you'll see on videos that do these crazy jump feats. And
Oh yeah, like German Shepherd.
Up walls. They look like smaller German Shepherds, but they're
That's right.
crazy agile. And yeah, if you're like into dogs, that's one of the holy grail of dogs to tame, because they're super smart, but
right,
their ability to get out and their ability to, do whatever they want is it's strong in that dog. So
Paul comments here, Dirk, how much do you hate my mini opiate? It's in the other room. I actually meant to bring it in here today for this live, just in case I wanted to pull it out. I filmed the video. It's ready to send back. I was going to hit you up after this show to get your address, because I peeled it off of the box already. But anyway, so Paul has a mini opiate. The video's filmed and ready to go, where he had a spidey hole drilled into it. And when he got it back, he took it apart and he dremeled off or ground off the flipper tab. So it's a mini opiate with a spidey hole and a flipper tab delete.
Is it a custom?
It's one of the production mini opiates.
Oh yeah.
It's not bad, man. It's actually pretty cool. It doesn't spidey flick very well for me because the hole is almost too big and my finger kind of gets stuck in it when I go to do that. But that's okay for me because I kind of hate the spidey flick method anyway. But it's actually pretty cool. And I got to compare it to a standard mini opiate that got sold to Professor EDC. I need to ship that still at some point too. I think that he's buying a Voodoo also from EDC for Fun. So I think EDC for Fun is going to ship me that, and then I'll ship both of them down to Professor EDC. But nobody cares about that part of the story. But Paul, I think it's really cool. It's ready to come back to you. The video will go up in a week or two. I don't know. Fire starter kit and supplies and camping supplies for emergencies. So,
in case you break down, man. Yeah.
That is a great question. And that's a great comment. And my question is that something that you really do have in your car all the time? Genuine question.
I do. I got lighters. I got a ferro rod in there. And I'm sure I can find paper, right? I got my registration. I got...
Okay. Knife Watch. So, yeah. Where do you join the membership thing? I don't know. It should be down like on the bottom left of your screen. It says like my name and the subscriber, my logo. And then on this screen over there, it says join. I think you just click there. I do not keep fire starting stuff in my car. Now, granted, I work from home. I drive about 2,500 miles a year. Like I go to the store 2 miles. I go to my girlfriend's a mile. The movies is by the store. Like I go, that's all. I at this point, since I've started walking, I'm probably going to be walking more miles a year than I drive. Like when I go for a walk at lunchtime and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, James Moore, work EDC, iPhone, AirPod Pros. Ooh, he fancy, which is Pros. Flashlight, which is a titanium over-ready Boss 35. I'm not familiar with that one. Rotating a small knife and a special stethoscope. Ooh, what is special about your stethoscope, I guess, is the question.
I'm curious about that too, actually.
I didn't know there were special stethoscopes. I know there are
there's cardiology stethoscopes, there's pediatrics, there is.
I mean, I knew there was a couple different ones. They're like cheap ones and then they're more expensive, but he says special. So now I'm curious, what's special about your stethoscope, doctor?
I have a set of Littman cardiology ones that also does pediatrics, because remember I used to do nursing stuff.
That's right. Now here's a great comment from Knife Nut 69. Don't forget to turn it.
Yep, that's big right now in the EDC.
I don't have one, and I've been thinking about getting one. So if you are carrying one, Knife Nut 69, what is it that you're carrying? Because there's a bunch of them out there. I want to get a couple that are good, decent. I don't want to break the bank, but I have looked into them a little bit, but I haven't picked one. So I'm curious what you are carrying or anybody else might be carrying. And are you carrying it every day? I'm very interested in this.
Actually, Rambo Adventure picked another good one, man. The Israeli bandage. That's huge. That's almost, as good as a tourniquet.
Yeah.
Not the same job, but I'm saying as important. Yeah.
Small pack of Huggy wipes in the backpack. Oh yeah, wipes.
Yes. That was in
last-
the Marine Corps. That was the most important thing in our life was baby
Yep.
wipes. Oh my gosh. If we didn't have baby wipes, we would be peeling our nuts off the side of our legs.
Yep.
Like,
Those are great.
chafing, like, dude, yeah. Oh my God. What a great one.
So Dave Williams asks, what breed is your pup?
Oh, he's a Australian cattle dog, or some people call him a blue heeler. Yeah, he's a nutcase. He's we've begun teething stage, and oh yeah.
So Anthony, my buddy, dog cleanup kit, yes, paper towels, a bowl, and a bottle of water. And extra plastic bags as the car doggy. See, that's a whole different thing too. So, like, for those of you with puppies, you have to have your puppy car kit. Those of you with babies, I have a grandson now. I don't drive him around, but I'm sure my son and his girlfriend have specific baby items always in the car, not just the diaper bag, but they probably would have an extra couple of diapers and
always wipes.
And some burp rag things, maybe a change of clothes. It's always in the car, regardless of the diaper bag. So yeah, there's a lot into it. So KF Boston, he's got the Belgian Malinois.
Belgian Malinois.
Malinois.
Yeah,
7 weeks old, and she did great at her first PSA club day. Very cool.
So he's like doing the legit, like, probably I don't know if he's doing protection sports or something like that, but I think he's getting into like professional like training with that dog. So you have to take it to these like kind of group events, and that's like kind of a professional kind of dog association, if you will. So pretty cool. Okay. He's like it's like our knife hobby all by itself. It's expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
And time devoting like to that is, yeah, it's another whole thing.
Yep. So Mark Mark lives in Thailand, but he was born in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. And he lived here actually in California, retired from his job, owned some property in Thailand before he retired, and moved there and lives, I think, just outside of Bangkok, if I remember. But he talks about, because he's the one who mentioned he carries a flare gun, and he legit does in his four-wheeler. You know, another comment, he said he like legit does carry a flare gun.
Well, if I couldn't have a pistol, then yeah. Like,
so he says foreigners can't have guns here. Well, he is the foreigner to Thailand. And so it's the only reasonable way for him to have something other than an axe and a knife. So that makes perfect sense. Al talks about pepper spray. This is a good one. And if EDC for Fun is still in here, he sent me a palm pepper spray down in a box under there that still needs to be filmed on with a couple of knives. But he gifted me that palm pepper spray. I haven't really used it yet.
I want to see a review of it, man, where you use it on yourself.
So funny y'all say that. Dennis and I were texting about that when I first got it, because I thanked him profusely. I have looked into them. Him and I watched some of the same other like self-defense YouTube channels, and so they're big on that. Whatever. But I actually talked to my girlfriend yesterday about it, and she goes, "No, I'm not doing that. Like, she's not gonna spray me."
I'll have to fly up there and do it.
You could get damaged. You could do this. Like, I'm like, no, it's fine. You live through it. It's gonna suck. but you're going to live. I said, what the hell? You're not going to spray me in my backyard and we'll figure out a way to film it? She goes, no, I'm not doing that.
I'll do it.
She legit said her daughter might do it. I don't know if that'll be true or not. I don't know. Her daughter might not like me so much, so she might spray it twice or something. I don't know. But I got to figure out a way because I think I would like to do that. And then my question is, and that'll be a question for Dennis, or I got to do a little research on it. Do I leave my glasses on? Probably. Or do I take them off? Like, I got to look into that, but I do want to film me. I want to get sprayed with it.
I think you should do both.
Because I think that would be cool. And I could do it with both. Like,
I want to know what happens with both because,
does it protect you better with the glasses and it's not as potent? I don't know. I got to look into it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You have to do it with the glasses first. So
right. Yeah.
And then you do it without the glasses. So, like, wow, this is so much worse.
That is kind of my thought because you get like 20 sprays or something out of a tube. I don't remember what it is. And I think it's like individual. Like you press it once and it goes for like 10 seconds and then it stops. And then you press it again. It's another, like it's like semi-automatic, if you will. But I don't know that for sure yet. So I got to look into it more.
Yeah, because if you continuously spray, like it has less of an effect. That's why it does that.
Right.
So there's like because the liquid doesn't do much. It's what comes off the liquid, like the fumes, is what messes with you. So like if you continuously like this, you're actually like reducing the effect from them coming and they'll still come and attack you. And then once they stop getting sprayed is when they're going to start like, oh my God, like now it's getting bad,
Right. So I'm super excited about carrying that. I just need to like learn a little bit more before I actually start carrying it. And then I got to figure out where to carry it because it like takes up more of my pocket with my flashlight and my light. It's a, it's a freaking, gearhead problem. So Mark asks, how many folks here have an actual bug out bag in their car? Or he didn't say the car, I kind of added that, but do you have a bug out bag like next to the bed or like something? I do not. I have thought about it, but I do not. Does anybody else?
I do. It's got
Anthony does a full survival bag.
Two-person small tent in it. It's got a tarp. It's got no knife because I would just grab one out of there. And then it's got some fire starting, a little bit of tinder. And I also have, what else? Oh, a couple space blankets, first aid kit. And it's all like non-perishable stuff. There's also like a lensetic compass in there.
Okay.
Because I know how to use those. There's stuff I find useful. There's also like I'm wrapped up metal wiring for snares.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got, and I also have a lens because that's the cheapest way to make a fire. In other words, like resource cheap.
Like a magnifying glass, like we used to burn ants and stuff when we were kids.
Yeah, because if you catch yourself during the day and you make a fire before it's nighttime, like you don't have to use your ferro rod. You don't have to use any of the other stuff. So I always have a little magnifying glass because that's like a free fire the way I look at it.
Gotcha. James Marsalt says the Boss 35 is a grail light. So I'm going to have to look that up. Boss 35. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Boss 35 light. Because now I'm curious. If it's a grail light, why don't I know about this thing? Israeli damage we talked about. So James Moore, it's a precordial / pretracheal stethoscope for upper airway monitoring. Uncommon need, but works well for me. So pretracheal, like your trachea is here at your neck.
Yeah.
So are you putting that stethoscope up above the neck or down below? Now we're getting way off topic.
Well, upper airway is going to be like the upper quadrants, and then it's going to be like the trachea area, right? So if he's saying pre-tracheal, I'm almost thinking that's above the trachea.
Right.
And then I forgot what the other thing he said was, but yeah.
Precordial / pretrachea. I don't know. We may have to have a separate conversation with James.
So precordial, he's probably not talking about the tracheal cord. I mean, I'm just guessing. And then so it's probably for like airway in the neck area.
Okay.
Maybe like because bronchial will be over here. So,
right.
At least from what I remember.
Luck Knives has a full IFAC in his car. Now, does anybody carry like a first aid kit on their person? Like I've seen people have like an ankle IFAC or like I've seen some like in a cargo pocket of your pants. Is anybody going to that level? That's a good question. Anthony's got a tourniquet in the car. Okay. And work bag, basically everywhere, anywhere. Okay. White small spray bottle. Dave Williams loves your dog. Says they're great dogs.
Yeah, they are, but they are not for
okay, he's got the North American Rescue Cat. Great one for only 30. That's kind of the one I think I was looking at. Like the Cat 3, I think is the current one or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Australian cattle dogs are cool. But I warn you, it is not for your first dog. These guys are hyper. They love to chew. Like, you got to tire them out. And after you tire them out, you got to like mentally tire them out. So I come from like pit bulls and bully breeds and boxers. And this guy is way different. It's a really interesting breed, but I'm going to do actually, I probably will have it up this week where I'm going to have a cattle dog vlog. I forgot what I call my channel. Yeah. I'm doing a new kind of like YouTube channel, but it's going to just be vlog of like how I'm figuring out how to train and how to take care of my cattle dog for those people who are into these kind of puppies, because they are really interesting, and it's a breed that a lot of people find in shelters for the reason of, well, yeah, like I think they overwhelm people as puppies, and then people think there's never going to be an end to it. So when you get one of these, you got to realize it's like boot camp. Once you sign up for it, like you're going and you can't come back.
Oh, yeah.
So once you get this dog, I mean, unless you're going to be the kind of owner that like just returns your dog and say that's not for me. And if it truly isn't for you, like that might be a good option.
Yeah. Don't just chain it up in the backyard and forget about it. Like I'd rather you turn it back in or give it back to a rescue than to just abuse it or neglect it, not abuse it necessarily. I mean, it's a form of abuse, but you're going to neglect it just in the backyard, chained up all the time. That's just not right.
No, not at all. So like for me, I work a lot of hours and I've had to figure out a routine to make it work. And I will tell you, I devote a lot of my day to that dog. Especially it's crucial when they're puppies. Once he gets like about a year old, year and a half, he's kind of going to be autopilot. So then it won't matter. But during these crucial years, like I got to be on it because he loves destroying stuff. He loves chewing like more than any other puppy I've ever had. And like I said, like I've had pits, a couple of them. And I can tell you right now, like this guy is, way more like chew happy. Toes, fingers, all that stuff. Like I was laughing too because like one lady posted a picture, or this young kind of like 30s-year-old lady in this forum said, look at my pretty puppy. Like today's my first day with my cattle dog puppy. What should I get? And then when you read the comments, people are freaking hilarious. They're like, get yourself some Band-Aids, get yourself some chew toys, get yourself like, like new furniture later, like say goodbye to all your stuff. That's just the dog, that you pick. So if you pick to get one, they're super cute, but just really do your research on this breed. They're not for everyone. So, but he's awesome.
So yeah, pepper spray is more than just for your eyes. You'll have trouble breathing for a week. Shh, don't tell my girlfriend that. She'll never spray me now if she hears that it's going to be a week of not breathing right. Okay, James, way off topic. Yeah, stethoscope is for over the trachea, low in the neck. Good for use during deep sedation. Very cool. Like, I see, I learn something new every day. I am fascinated by a lot of different topics. And so when he starts talking, James talks about special stethoscopes. I really kind of like, okay, I want to know more. Like some
Yeah,
things
because
just
if you
kind of
mess
trigger
with
me a little bit. And James is a cool dude. I've met him in person. He lives in Southern California. He goes to the California Custom Knife Show, I think every year, and I try to run into him every time I'm down there. So I can
yeah,
ask
he
him some
lives like
questions.
he lives a few miles from where I work. He's like super close.
Oh, okay. So Nick has a question here. This is Nick down in New Zealand, who I have only, oh, geez, I was going to say I only have 2 more knives of his to film, but he told me the other day that 3 more are coming.
Wow.
So I really got to say, first off, thank you to Nick and thank you to Aussie Mike, who's in Australia. Nick is in New Zealand. These guys buy knives from retailers in the United States. They ship them to me. That takes a few days. I have it for weeks, if not months, because they go, hey, don't ship those yet because I have more coming. So there's probably like 6, 8, 10, 12, like probably about 20 knives that are here right now today from Nick. So he hasn't had them for months. And then when I do ship it to New Zealand, it takes about 3 weeks to get there. So it may be, let's say, 4 or 5 months from the time he buys something to the time he gets it. And he lives in New Zealand. He can't even carry them outside of the house. That, as well as Aussie Mike, can't carry him there in Australia either. That's a true collector. I collect some stuff that does collect some dust, but I actually carry most of my knives also. But yeah, these guys collect these things and they can't even walk out of the house with them. That's crazy to me. So, but he has a question. If you could only take one folder and one fixed blade to a situation where your life depended on it, what would you grab? So for the folding knife for me, I think I would go back to my Q36 SS from RJ Martin. That's the one that just popped in my head as this would be the one I would take. I think it's a super practical blade. It's super slim. I like it a lot. If I could only keep one knife in my entire collection, this would be the one. I shouldn't tell you that. I should have just told you to go watch my video where I talk about which knife is my one and only, but I'd save you the time. And this would be the fixed blade. I mean, the folding knife. The fixed blade, for me, I'm going to say maybe my Cold Steel Recon Tonto, which is
That's a good one.
over here. It's a pretty long blade. It's a Tonto. It's pretty thick. I think it's going to hold up to some abuse if need be. So I think it would be my RJ Martin and my Cold Steel Recon Tonto. What about you? And or anybody else in the comments? I'm going to scroll down and get to all the comments. We're kind of getting behind on the comments, but keep them coming. It's great.
I think folder wise, I kind of really got like fond of this. This is the Rask. I don't know, like it's
okay
for a folding knife. Like you can see the blade stock's healthy enough, but it really comes like thin. And so for a folding knife, it's super light, super simple. Like I think that's all I need is something like this. But in all honesty, like a bunch of these knives would serve like a great purpose. I'm just kind of picking one that I pick up often. Like if I'm just gonna I want to have a good knife that I'm actually gonna use. The Rask is a good one. The fixed blade, I don't even know if I have it here up there. Is I don't think I have it out here, but it's basically the the one I took to the desert with me. I forgot.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the
I don't
Aaron
remember.
Goff. It's the Aaron Goff Custom Resolute 2 is what it is.
That's right.
Yeah, that one is kind of like my favorite all-around knife, and the steel was just so tough on it. I was just
Mhm.
doing kind of like the same thing with a bunch of wood when I was out in the desert. It was
Yep,
just shredding everything. It was really cool, and it's
that's
A2
cool.
steel. So
Yeah, so it looks like most of the comments people have an IFAK in the car, which is an individual first aid kit. Frame, I wasn't sure what that was.
yeah,
Dave says hand warmers. Those are great. I've got some of them here for when I used to do off road racing. I would have a bunch, and they were kind of like you just open it out of the package, and when it hits the air, it starts to warm up in your pocket. Those are great
yeah,
things
those
to
are
have.
cool. Those are
I
cool.
think I need to step up my first aid kit though. Everybody's talking about stuff. So now the question, another follow-up question to the first aid kit, all these people that are carrying first aid kits, IFAKs, whatever's, do you have any first aid training? Do you know how to use all of the things in your kits? Because you got more
That's
than
an
a band.
important point.
Do you have any
Very.
training for medical stuff? I have taken I was a Boy Scout a million years ago, so I did a bunch of training then. I don't have any now. I've thought about doing some like legit training, but I haven't really looked into that yet. I got a lot of things in my mind sometimes. All right,
Well, I
let me
got to do
finish up with some of these things.
combat medicine in the Marines, and I got to as like the infantry style stuff, and then I got to do as an LVN. So
So
I
you're good.
think, yeah, but that stuff, dude, it's so valuable. Like you never know who in the family is going to need it. So I at least recommend everybody to at least get first aid certified, but try to do a little better than that if you can. If you buy stuff, like Dirk said, learn how to
Mm-hmm.
use everything you have in there and learn how to use it good. You know, like don't just like look at one little instruction packet, like look at videos, watch people like incorporate it, like get the right idea. Because the last thing you want to do is be that guy, oh, I'm going to come up on scene. And then you're like, you got this reversible rebreather type mask that you're going to use to like save this person. And in a panic, you don't remember how it works. Right. And like there's a valve that's not opened up or whatever it may be. So like, and these are easy things that like very capable people, mistakes that capable
Yep.
people can make. So like, just don't take it for granted. Like learn how to use that stuff. Huge fan of the Israeli bandage. I see that one a lot. Me
Yeah, and a
too.
couple of
That's
people
a,
have commented on that.
that's a huge one for me.
So Al says it would be an RJ Martin and a Bob Terzola fixed blade. And I think he mentioned earlier that he had an SS like mine. I don't know if it's the same materials and all that, but the SS is the way to go. Knife Watch, one folding Microtech Amphibian, aluminum serrated or scabbard 2, and then one fix would be a Gerber strong arm.
That's
Now,
a cool little fixed blade.
the Amphibian is a cool knife. I don't like the aluminum version, but the carbon fiber version with the black blade, oh, I so kind of wanted one.
That was pretty cool.
Those are very cool knives. Nice choices, Dirk. Thanks, Nick. Battle Guard.
The Gerber strong arm that he's talking about only like $60 too. It's a really inexpensive but nice
Okay.
looking blade.
Let me see here. Get home bag. Help with Gadget has a get home bag in both vehicles. I need to do better at that. I need to put together a kit. I do. Help with Gadgets used to be a first responder, so that's very cool. Yeah, even if you're currently not certified, the fact that you were a first responder and you had all that training, that stuff's going to come back. Like it's the guys like me and some of maybe the other guys. I don't judge anybody, but these other guys that have IFAKs and they bought all the fancy stuff, I wouldn't know how to use it. I wouldn't know. I would not want to necessarily roll up to the accident scene and try to help medically. I'll help get you out of the vehicle. I'll help direct the traffic. Like I do that stuff. I don't know that I would help medically because I don't want to make it worse or do something, bad. Right. Yeah. Luck Knives. He's in the military. So he's got to be certified every year and do a bunch of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony, yep, he's first aid and CPR certified and lots of additional online specific to each part. Good job.
Very cool.
EDC for fun. He has
somebody-
not kept up on his certs, but he's had a lot of training over the years, which I think is fine. If you've had a lot of training over the years, because you're not CPR certified today, one, you're not going to get sued. Again, it's a Good Samaritan law here in the United States. I can help, and if I screw it up and make it worse, you can't sue me because I'm just trying to help. But you know, I think it's good that we have and do get some training.
Yep.
Another Israeli advantage.
Todd Carr put fire extinguisher. That's a good one.
Fire extinguisher is a good thing to have. I have some around the house. I do not have any in my car right now. I will say I have rolled up on a car fire before when it was very small. And by the time anybody got there with a fire extinguisher, dude, it was out of control. We used like 10 fire extinguishers from people's house. Like it just was a lost cause.
Yeah.
If you really want to do something for your car, you really need to do a fire suppression system built into the car. That's really the only way. Getting a first aid fire extinguisher for a car fire, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Let me scroll through these things.
Anyways, talking about stuff, I kind of want to talk about something.
Yes.
I got
this.
Oh
yeah, talk about that. Well, I guess I caught up. Okay.
Yeah, the shortcut.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, this thing. It's by Grant and Gavin Hawk. For those who don't know, you can see the Hawk logo on the side.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, what was interesting to me is I found it to be like a little bit of an overpriced gadget because it doesn't really like...
A little bit.
Well, it doesn't have a blade, right? Like it's an X-Acto knife made of titanium with a fancy like spring-loaded like lock mechanism. It's kind of small, so like you see, it's a little cramped, but it's got a nice design. Once you hang on to this thing, like you could see it's full hand, and you got a little extension. So what's interesting about it is right here acts like a little spring lever that lifts up and gets over the edge, and you can see it's kind of like acts like a little detent.
Is that the only detent? That is the detent?
Pretty much, yeah. That's how it locks. So it's not like a true locking knife, but kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
not it's more locked than just like a double detent.
It is.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you know, you got your kind of pistol grip right here. Like that is not going to fold on you because you're kind of like already.
Yeah, you're kind of blocking it with your finger and the lock. So.
Or if you put your finger like where the little traction is right here, you're pushing down
you're
on the
pushing
spring,
down on it.
So you keep it locked, right?
Yeah.
So it works. It's cool. $450.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? For the few people that are still here, $450 for a flipper, like a box cutter flipper, like a flipper box cutter.
I mean, what's cool is like it does kind of have, like I was mentioning, the it's like the locking mechanism like on the Chris Reeve tie lock from many years ago, which is kind of neat, right? And then on top of that, it also has the clip that was kind of a thing that came out on that knife as well. So that's kind of like the reason why I'm kind of thinking about keeping it.
It's not like, I mean, I'm not busting on it and saying, oh my God, $450 for a utility knife that flip. I'm not saying that. I kind of want people's opinions, and I don't want to give my opinion necessarily.
And I've seen a lot of people say they like using it every day. I like the disposable blade part.
Like Knife Life here, he goes, I own one and I use it every day. And for those people that don't know about it, it's a regular utility blade that you buy at Home Depot, like a Stanley utility blade. That particular one is serrated, but that's how they sell it to you, so that it's a little bit fancier. But when that gets worn out, you just buy a new blade. And you, like at Home Depot, you buy a pack of 10 for whatever, $5. I don't know, but So it is useful. You don't have to sharpen it. Like, I don't know. I spend more than $450 on stupider stuff, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, this is novelty. I mean, for
Anthony says, nope.
I actually think that the critique I have on it is like to basically disengage it. You have to lift up on that spring around the thing, and like the flipper tab. I mean, yeah, it kind of lines up, but you see, it's not super easy to flip. And I'm almost more comfortable like doing a front flipper like I do with my thumb, you know?
Yeah.
Like that one seems to like overcome the angle like way better for some reason. So I don't know.
Yeah, so Mark down in Thailand says, not a chance for me to buy an expensive utility knife. I end up replacing one every 6 months or so because they get gummed up with caulk, glue, etc. Well, that's a good point.
He said cock.
So that is a good point there. Al says he actually definitely likes it, and he wishes other makers would do box cutters. Todd Rexford does a utility knife, the RUT, which I have filmed that belongs to Alex.
I still have that thing. That's a cool one.
Yeah, most of the knives on my channel, like I would say maybe half, belong to Alex. And the rest belong to Nick and Aussie Mike and Anthony, who's in the chats. Those are like my main suppliers of content for you guys.
But you know, I will say this, like even like compared to the rut tool and all that, you do get more leverage. Like it's locked on like a knife.
Yes.
So I mean, that's cool, you know. And I have used this. It does cut really, really well, like everybody says it does.
Yep.
You know, but then so does the Rask. So,
oh boy. Oh, hold on. Hot off the presses. We got to stop the presses. Stop the presses. Aussie Mike popping in briefly to publicly announce I have purchased my last knife.
Yeah, right.
Now he says kind of winky, but him and I did have a conversation the other day that he is going to quasi get out of knives because, again, like I mentioned earlier before he popped in, that he lives in Australia and he can't carry them. They're all in Pelican cases. There's some around his room on display and things like that.
Wait, but he just figured that out now?
He's just figuring it out now after like, I'm not even going to guess how much money. I know how much roughly he has bought since he's known me and shipped through me. But he must have your 300 knives in your box probably is nothing compared to what he has.
Oh, I'm sure.
So he is going to get more into watches, and he has slowed down on the knives because he's been buying a lot of precious metals. And he's the one who gifted me some silver coins, which was super cool and got me a little bit of that. I haven't bought any more yet. I need to start to do more of that because I think that's more of a smarter move. But yeah, let's see. So here it is, episode 59. When Aussie Mike says he's not buying any more knives, we'll see if that holds true or not. Todd has Canadian problems. Yes, Todd's up in Canada, so that is a problem up there. The watch rabbit hole is really hard one to get back out of. It is.
I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit short today because my wife's sick. And I'm occupying the bedroom.
All right, no, that's cool. We're kind of like going off on tangents and being weird now, anyway. So, as a parting-ish thing as we wrap up here, I said at the beginning, but we got more people in here now. If you did not go and watch my Rockstead fixed blade video, please do. I'm kind of trying to ride the wave on the YouTube algorithm because it's like at the beginning of this show, there was over 4,500 views and it's only been out for 2 days. Go watch it again. There's also a short that just posted earlier today. Go watch that also with this under a lot of use. So I'm just going to ask you guys to do that for me. I don't normally beg for views. I'm not begging, but go check it out. I would appreciate it. And then for the last few guys, I have this TJ Fisher lash that is for sale from a buddy. $13.75. And unless Luck Knives ends up buying this from me again. It used to be his. This Frank Fisher Fury is for sale for $3,000. Hit me up if you are interested in either of those. I would like to get this one sold for my friend just because I've had it for a long time and it's not sold yet. And I can't believe a $1,300 custom knife hasn't sold between TJ Fisher and Stan Wilson collaboration. So
times are tight, man. You know,
times are tight. Everything is down. But yeah, there you go. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks. We might have a guest. We don't know. If you've got show ideas,
be a good idea.
I think it's been time for a guest next time. We'll figure out. If you have ideas of somebody you would like to see as a guest, put in the comments or shoot me a message.
I know
whatever.
TJ Senior and I talked about like doing another episode at some point soon too. So we'll bring him back on too. That was fun.
Oh, Mike, yes, please send me watches. I'd love to check out your watches.
Dun, dun, dun.
Knife Watch says he'll be a guest anytime. Absolutely. We're open to having viewers and or other YouTube people on as guests. Absolutely. So, there you go. Aussie Mike has been a guest before. We will have him on again as well now that he's made this big announcement. Maybe it's tough for him because he's in Australia. It's lunchtime on Monday for him. So it's kind of tough to get him in. It was a holiday for him that time that he was on. So anyway, thank you guys. We greatly appreciate it. Come back in 2 weeks. Watch all of my videos. Watch all of Alex's videos. And have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
See you all.